Saying no is one of the most powerful tools we possess, yet it is often the hardest to wield. Many of us struggle with it because we've been conditioned to believe that saying yes equates to being kind, helpful, and likable. However, constantly saying yes, especially to things that don't align with our values or well being, often leads to burnout, resentment, and a sense of being taken for granted. The irony is that while we fear the consequences of saying no, it is often the very act that earns us respect and reclaims our peace. When you say no, you are drawing a line in the sand, signaling what you will and won't allow into your life. It's an act of self-respect, showing others that you value your time, energy, and priorities. At first, it might feel uncomfortable. You may worry about disappointing others, facing their judgment, or being perceived as selfish. But the truth is, saying no is not selfish. It's necessary for preserving your mental and emotional well-being. Imagine your energy and time as a finite resource. Every yes you give is a withdrawal from that account. When you say yes to things that don't serve you, you're essentially saying no to things that could bring you joy, fulfillment, or growth. Over time, this imbalance leaves you feeling depleted and unfulfilled. On the other hand, when you say no to the wrong things, you leave room for the right opportunities to enter your life. This is not about closing doors, it's about opening the right ones. People who truly value you will respect they will understand that it's not a rejection of them, but a decision to honor your own needs. Those who react poorly to your boundaries often do so because they benefited from your lack of them. Their discomfort is not your burden to bear. Learning to say no may even reveal who genuinely respects you and who only values what you can do for them. One of the greatest lessons in life is realizing that you don't owe everyone your time or energy. Not every invitation, opportunity, or request requires your participation. Saying no allows you to align your actions with your values. It puts you in control of your life rather than letting others dictate how you spend your precious time. And as you become more selective, you'll notice a shift. People begin to value your yes more because they know it's given with intention, not out of obligation. Saying no is also a form of self-care. It's choosing to protect your peace over pleasing others. It's deciding that your mental health, rest, and personal goals matter just as much as anyone else's requests. When you're constantly overcommitted, you can't show up fully for the things or people that truly matter to you. By saying no to some things, you're actually saying yes to being your best self in the areas that count. The moment you start saying no, something remarkable happens. People begin to miss you. They miss your availability, your contributions, and your presence. They may even take a moment to reflect on how much they've relied on you. While it's not your goal to make others miss you, this absence can be a powerful reminder for them and for you of your worth. This isn't to say that saying no is always easy. For many, it's a skill that requires practice. Start small. Say no to things that are clearly misaligned with your priorities. Learn to decline politely but firmly. You don't need to offer elaborate explanations. As simple "I'm not available" or "that doesn't work for me" is enough. Over time, you'll find that the discomfort of saying no fades, replaced by the confidence that comes with honoring your boundaries. Saying no is about reclaiming your power. It's about standing tall and declaring that your time and energy are valuable. It's about understanding that you can't pour from an empty cup, and that taking care of yourself is not just a right, but a responsibility. When you embrace the power of saying no, you'll find yourself living a life that feels more authentic, balanced, and fulfilling. And yes, they will miss you the moment you start doing this, not because you've become distant or unavailable, but because you've chosen to value yourself. Walking away with dignity is one of the most empowering and often underappreciated acts of strength we can show. It takes courage to leave a situation, a relationship, or even a job that no longer serves your well-being or aligns with your values. Yet this simple act of leaving with grace can speak louder than any confrontation or attempt to prove your worth. When you walk away with dignity, you are choosing self-respect over conflict, peace over drama, and personal growth over staying stuck in an unhealthy environment. The decision to walk away is often not an easy one. It requires acknowledging that something or someone no longer fits into your life in a positive way. This could be a toxic relationship, an unfulfilling job, or an environment that undermines your happiness. Walking away is not about giving up, it's about choosing a better path for yourself, one that prioritizes your peace, growth, and future potential. One of the most powerful aspects of walking away with dignity is that it involves making a conscious decision to leave on your own terms. You don't need to engage in drama, seek validation, or seek revenge to prove a point. Instead, you choose to let go without bitterness, resentment, or hatred. By doing so, you retain your sense of self and your integrity. When you walk away from a situation without creating chaos or ill will, you show that your sense of worth is not tied to others' opinions or behaviors. In many situations, staying may feel easier because it's familiar. Even if it's painful, there's a comfort in the routine, in the people, or in the environment that you know. But comfort can often be a form of self-sabotage when it keeps you in a place that stunts your growth or drains your energy. Walking away means stepping into the unknown, and while that can be daunting, it also opens the door to new opportunities, self-discovery, and personal transformation. When you decide to walk away with dignity, you are also giving yourself permission to prioritize your mental and emotional health. Often we stay in situations where we feel unappreciated, disrespected, or emotionally drained because we are afraid of the consequences. We worry about how people will react, what they will think, or how our absence will be perceived. However, when you walk away with grace, you show that your peace is worth more than any external approval or validation. You begin to recognize that your happiness cannot be dependent on the approval of others. This act of walking away may not always be met with immediate understanding or support from others. In fact, people who have benefited from your presence may not always take kindly to your departure. However, the absence you create can be a powerful lesson for them. It often forces them to realize the value of your contributions and presence. It can serve as a wake-up call that your worth was not in what you gave them, but in the essence of who you are. Moreover, walking away with dignity requires setting boundaries, something that many people find difficult to do. But boundaries are essential for protecting our peace and ensuring we are treated with respect. When you walk away, you are demonstrating that you know what you deserve and that you will no longer settle for less. You are showing the world that you are no longer willing to tolerate what doesn't serve you. This action speaks volumes more than any words you could say in an argument or confrontation. One of the most liberating aspects of walking away with dignity is the freedom it brings. When you leave a situation with respect for yourself and for others, you free yourself from the emotional baggage that comes with staying in unhealthy or unsatisfying circumstances. You create the space needed to pursue new goals, relationships, and experiences that align with your true self. You make room for growth, renewal, and transformation. This freedom is not just physical, it's emotional and mental as well. When you let go of what no longer serves you, you can finally embrace what truly brings you joy, fulfillment, and peace. The process of walking away with dignity also teaches us an important lesson about resilience. It shows us that we can handle difficult situations with grace and composure. It demonstrates that no matter how painful the experience may be, we have the inner strength to move forward and rebuild. It is through these moments of walking away that we often learn the most about ourselves and what we are truly capable of. Walking away with dignity is an act of empowerment. It's a declaration that you are worthy of respect, happiness, and peace. It's a way of honoring your journey and acknowledging that the future holds greater things for you than what lies behind. By choosing to walk away with dignity, you not only preserve your own sense of self, but also inspire others to recognize their own worth and to prioritize their well-being above all else. In the end, the choice to walk away with dignity isn't just about leaving a situation, it's about stepping into your own personal power and embracing the limitless possibilities that await. Focusing on self-improvement is one of the most powerful decisions you can make in life. It's the act of committing to your own growth, both mentally and emotionally, with the understanding that progress is an ongoing journey, not a destination. Self-improvement isn't about striving for perfection, but about becoming the best version of yourself, living intentionally and recognizing your own potential. When you choose to invest in your personal development, you make the conscious decision to rise above limitations, break free from past habits, and create a future aligned with your goals and values. The first step in focusing on self-improvement is cultivating self-awareness. You can't grow if you don't understand where you are and where you want to go. This means being honest with yourself about your strengths and weaknesses, acknowledging areas where you may be stuck, and recognizing patterns in your behavior or mindset that no longer serve you. Self-awareness allows you to make informed decisions about what needs to change. It also helps you see your potential, something that's often difficult to recognize when you're too focused on external validation or comparison. Self-improvement requires a willingness to learn. It's about constantly seeking knowledge and being open to new ideas, perspectives, and ways of thinking. Whether you choose to read books, take courses, attend workshops, or seek mentorship, the key is to remain curious and committed to expanding your understanding of the world around you. Learning is not a one-time event, but a continuous process that helps you grow intellectually and emotionally. By adopting a mindset of lifelong learning, you open yourself up to endless possibilities and gain the tools needed to face life's challenges with confidence. But learning alone isn't enough. Self-improvement also involves taking action. Knowledge without action leads to stagnation, while knowledge combined with consistent effort leads to transformation. It's easy to get stuck in the planning phase, imagining all the ways you could improve, but true progress comes when you put that knowledge into practice. This could mean making small changes in your daily habits, developing new skills, or stepping out of your comfort zone to try something new. Action may be uncomfortable at first, but it is through this discomfort that growth occurs. Each step you take towards self-improvement builds momentum and gets you closer to your goals. Another crucial element of self-improvement is emotional intelligence. It's one thing to learn new skills or acquire knowledge, but it's equally important to develop the ability to manage your emotions, understand the emotions of others, and build meaningful connections. Emotional intelligence helps you navigate relationships, both personal and professional, and makes you more resilient in the face of challenges. By improving your emotional intelligence, you gain the ability to stay calm under pressure, empathize with others, and maintain a positive outlook even in difficult situations. As you focus on self-improvement, you also need to develop the discipline to stay committed to your goals, even when the road gets tough. The journey of growth is rarely smooth. There will be setbacks, doubts, and moments of frustration. However, the key to lasting self-improvement is perseverance. It's about showing up each day, even when progress feels slow or invisible, knowing that every effort you make adds up over time. Success rarely happens overnight, but with consistent effort and a commitment to the process, you will start to see the results of your hard work. An important aspect of self-improvement is learning to embrace failure. Many people fear failure and see it as a sign of inadequacy. However, failure is often a necessary part of the growth process. It's through failure that we learn valuable lessons, build resilience, and develop the grit needed to achieve our goals. When you focus on self-improvement, you begin to see failure not as something to avoid, but as a stepping stone to greater success. Each failure brings with it an opportunity to reassess, adjust, and try again with greater knowledge and wisdom. Self-improvement is also about setting clear and realistic goals for yourself. Goals give you direction and purpose, providing a roadmap for your growth. When you set goals, make them specific, measurable, and attainable. Break them down into smaller, manageable steps and track your progress. Celebrate your achievements along the way, no matter how small, and use any setbacks as motivation to keep going. Remember that goal setting isn't about perfection, but about progress. Every step forward, no matter how small, is a victory. Lastly, focusing on self-improvement requires a commitment to taking care of your physical, mental, and emotional health. You cannot grow if you are physically or emotionally drained. Make time for regular exercise, rest, and healthy eating. Take care of your mental well-being by practicing mindfulness, seeking therapy when needed, and surrounding yourself with positive influences. The stronger and more balanced you are in all areas of your life, the more energy and focus you will have to dedicate to your personal growth. Ultimately, focusing on self-improvement is about taking ownership of your life and becoming an active participant in your own transformation. It's about looking at yourself honestly, setting intentional goals, and committing to the actions that will lead you to a life filled with purpose, fulfillment, and achievement. As you invest in yourself, you'll discover new strengths, gain confidence, and unlock the limitless potential within you. The journey of self-improvement is ongoing, but with each step, you move closer to becoming the person you were always meant to be. Independence is often celebrated as a bold, overt declaration of self-reliance and autonomy. While those moments of visible independence can be empowering, it's the quiet, subtle impact of independence that often carries the most profound significance. True independence is not always about making grand statements or asserting your freedom loudly. Sometimes it's about quietly choosing to stand on your own, to act in accordance with your values, and to rely on your own abilities. The quiet impact of independence is seen in the way it transforms how you interact with the world and how others perceive you. It's a ripple effect that is subtle yet powerful, one that influences not just your own life, but the lives of those around you. When you embrace independence, you start by shifting your reliance from external sources of validation to your own inner strength. This internal shift is often imperceptible to others, but it's one of the most transformative aspects of independence. Instead of seeking constant approval or affirmation from people or situations, you begin to trust your own instincts, make decisions based on your values, and act without needing others to tell you it's okay. The quiet confidence that comes from this shift is magnetic. People may not immediately notice the source of your strength, but they will sense your calm assurance, your ability to move through life with purpose and clarity. The quiet impact of independence is also seen in the way it allows you to create your own path. Independence gives you the freedom to pursue what's important to you without being swayed by the expectations or desires of others. You begin to make choices that align with your passions and goals rather than what's simply expected or conventional. This can mean choosing a career path that's less traditional but more fulfilling, or taking time for self-care instead of always prioritizing others. While others may not always understand your choices or the path you're carving, your quiet pursuit of what matters to you sets a powerful example. It reminds those around you that true fulfillment comes from following your own heart and not the crowd. Another profound aspect of the quiet impact of independence is how it cultivates emotional resilience. When you're independent, you learn how to navigate challenges on your own. You become less reliant on others for emotional support and more adept at managing your emotions and reactions. This doesn't mean isolating yourself or rejecting help, but rather cultivating the inner strength to face difficulties without losing your sense of self. Independence gives you the confidence to weather life's storms, knowing that you have the tools within you to handle whatever comes your way. People who embrace this quiet form of independence tend to radiate a calm, grounded energy because they have learned to master their own emotions and reactions. This emotional stability makes them less prone to being overwhelmed by external circumstances. One of the most underrated impacts of independence is the way it shapes your relationships with others. Independent individuals often find themselves in relationships of mutual respect and equality, rather than dependency or imbalance. Independence allows you to give to others without expecting anything in return, and to receive without feeling guilty or indebted. You no longer enter relationships out of neediness or insecurity, but rather because you genuinely value the person and the connection you share. This leads to healthier, more balanced relationships that are based on shared respect rather than obligation. The quiet impact of this independence is felt deeply by those around you. They begin to see you as a person who can stand alone, but chooses to be with them out of love, not necessity. Moreover, the quiet impact of independence extends to the way you inspire others. While you may not actively seek to be a role model, your actions and the way you carry yourself will influence those around you. When others see you living independently, whether that means taking charge of your own career, setting boundaries in relationships, or simply staying true to yourself, they are inspired to do the same. Independence doesn't need to be loudly proclaimed. It's often the quiet example of living authentically and fearlessly that inspires others to embrace their own autonomy. People will look at you and realize that if you can stand strong in your own truth, so can they. Another powerful aspect of quiet independence is how it fosters creativity and innovation. When you are independent, you are less likely to be influenced by the noise of others' opinions or the constraints of societal expectations. You have the freedom to think outside the box, to experiment, and to take risks. This creative freedom is a direct result of the quiet confidence that independence brings. Without the weight of external approval or fear of judgment, you are free to explore new ideas, challenge existing paradigms, and create something uniquely your own. The impact of this creativity may not always be immediately visible, but over time it has the power to shift perspectives and open new possibilities for those around you. The quiet impact of independence also extends to the way you shape your own future. By relying on your own resources and abilities, you begin to create a life that is fully aligned with your own vision. This doesn't mean rejecting help when needed, but it means having the confidence to take ownership of your choices and actions. You begin to set and achieve your own goals, build a career or lifestyle that reflects your values, and become the architect of your own destiny. The more independent you become, the more you realize that your future is in your hands and that you have the power to create a life that is meaningful and fulfilling on your own terms. Ultimately, the quiet impact of independence is about creating a life that is deeply rooted in your own truth, values, and desires. It's about standing firm in your identity and trusting in your own capabilities, no matter what external circumstances may arise. While the results of this independence may not always be loud or immediately visible, they are profound. Independence shapes the way you interact with the world, the relationships you build, and the life you create. And in this quiet, powerful way, independence has the ability to leave a lasting impact not just on your own life, but on those around you as well. Your energy speaks louder than words, a truth that many often overlook. While words are important, they are just a small fraction of how we communicate with the world. Our energy, how we carry ourselves, the vibe we give off, the emotions we exude often speaks volumes before we even open our mouths. It's something that can't be faked or hidden for long. Your energy reflects your inner state, your confidence, your moods, and your values. It's a force that influences those around you, shapes your interactions, and plays a significant role in the way others perceive you. The energy you emit is an extension of who you are. It's the reflection of your emotional, mental, and spiritual state. When you feel confident, your energy radiates and others feel it. When you're upset, anxious, or uncertain, your energy can be felt as tension, frustration, or hesitation. This energy is not bound by words or actions, yet it is often the most powerful form of communication. It's why people are sometimes drawn to or repelled by others without knowing exactly why. It's why we can walk into a room and immediately sense if someone is approachable, open, or closed off. Our energy, whether we're aware of it or not, constantly broadcasts our internal state to the world. What makes the energy you give off so powerful is that it's authentic. Unlike words, which can be manipulated or altered to serve a particular purpose, energy comes from a deeper, unfiltered place. People can sense when something is off, when words don't align with what's really being felt. If you say something positive but your energy feels negative, people will feel the disconnect. This is why some people's presence is more impactful than others. Even if they don't say much at all, their energy is so strong, so clear that it resonates with those around them. It's the difference between someone who can command a room with their presence and someone who struggles to be noticed despite speaking loudly or confidently. When you focus on cultivating your own energy, you begin to understand how much it shapes your experiences. Positive energy attracts positivity, just as negative energy tends to attract more negativity. If you walk into a room with a mindset of openness, kindness, and confidence, that energy will influence the atmosphere and the people around you. Your approachability, calmness, and warmth will draw people to you and create an environment where others feel safe and encouraged. Conversely, if you enter a space with closed-off energy, defensiveness, or frustration, others may subconsciously mirror that energy. People can sense unease or hostility, and they will often retreat or respond in kind. The beauty of energy is that it's contagious. You have the power to impact an entire room without uttering a single word. Think about a time when you encountered someone with a calm, centered energy. Their presence likely made you feel more relaxed, grounded, or even inspired. Now consider someone who was filled with negativity. Perhaps they were angry or anxious. Their energy may have made you feel tense, drained, or uncomfortable. Both instances are examples of how energy can shape our interactions and influence the way we feel. The way you carry your energy also influences how others perceive your worth and value. When you own your energy, you command respect without needing to demand it. People sense confidence not because you boast or speak highly of yourself, but because your energy shows that you believe in your own value. It's in the way you move, the way you look at others, and the way you interact with the world. When you walk into a space with the energy of someone who is comfortable with who they are, others notice. Your calm assurance can be more compelling than any words you say. The quiet strength that comes from your energy is often what earns admiration and respect. Moreover, the energy you project is an important tool for setting boundaries. Boundaries are not always about saying no or enforcing rules, they are also about the energy you bring to interactions. When you exude an energy of self-respect and confidence, others intuitively understand that you have limits. You don't need to constantly assert your boundaries verbally. The energy you project will signal to others what is acceptable and what is not. People are more likely to treat you with respect when your energy radiates self-worth and assertiveness, because your energy communicates your expectations even without words. Energy also plays a significant role in how you show up for yourself. The energy you put out is often a direct reflection of how you feel about yourself. If you are living with self-doubt, fear, or insecurity, your energy will reflect that. You may find yourself holding back, avoiding opportunities, or shrinking in the presence of others. However, when you embrace self-love, confidence, and a sense of inner peace, your energy shifts. You begin to show up more fully, more authentically. Your presence becomes magnetic, drawing positive experiences and people into your life. When you feel strong and aligned with your true self, your energy speaks to that strength and alignment. It's a reminder that the most powerful force you can bring into any situation is your own authentic energy. One of the most powerful things about your energy is that it's entirely within your control. While circumstances and external forces may influence your mood or mindset, you have the ability to shift your energy at any given moment. You can choose to walk into a room with an open heart, a positive mindset, and a calm spirit, regardless of the outside chaos. With practice, you can become more attuned to the energy you project, and you can consciously decide to elevate your energy in any situation. This intentional focus on cultivating your energy not only impacts how others perceive you, but it also strengthens your own sense of power and control over your experiences. In the end, your energy is a reflection of who you are and what you believe. It speaks louder than words ever could because it emanates from the core of your being. When you take the time to align your energy with your true self, the impact it has on the world around you is undeniable. It's the silent, yet profound force that shapes your interactions, influences your relationships, and draws opportunities toward you. It's a reminder that sometimes the most powerful communication happens without a single word being spoken. Your absence creates awareness, a truth that often goes unnoticed until the moment you step back or remove yourself from a situation. Whether you realize it or not, your presence plays a significant role in the dynamic of any environment, relationship, or group. When you're present, you contribute to the energy, the flow, and the direction of that space. But when you step away, whether physically, emotionally, or mentally, it creates a shift. It forces those around you to pay attention, reassess, and perhaps even recognize things they didn't before. In a world where it's easy to become accustomed to someone's constant presence, your absence can be a wake-up call, reminding others of your importance and the value you bring to their lives. The idea that absence creates awareness is rooted in the principle of contrast. Often, people don't realize how much something or someone contributes to their life until it's no longer there. This isn't just about missing someone, it's about the void that their absence creates and the ripple effect that follows. When you're present, you may be a constant source of support, guidance, or energy, but when you're gone, people may begin to see what they took for granted. They might realize that the dynamic has changed, that the conversations are quieter, the environment is less vibrant, or the energy feels off. This realization brings awareness to your role and significance. Your absence has the power to highlight your impact on the lives of others. For instance, in relationships, whether personal or professional, you may be the one who always offers a listening ear, takes initiative, or provides a sense of stability. When you remove yourself from the equation, others may begin to feel the shift in responsibility, the lack of support, or the absence of your influence. While this may be uncomfortable at first, it's also an opportunity for growth. It can lead others to step up, reassess their actions, and become more self-reliant. Your absence makes room for others to realize what they've learned from you and how they might need to take on more responsibility moving forward. Absence also fosters reflection. When you remove yourself from a situation, it provides others with the space to reflect on their own behaviors, attitudes, and roles in the relationship. Your absence can prompt them to think about how they contribute or don't contribute to the dynamic. Sometimes people take each other for granted, assuming that things will always stay the same or that others will always be there. But when you're no longer around, they are forced to consider what's missing, what they may need to change, or how they may have taken you for granted. This awareness can lead to stronger, more intentional relationships and a deeper appreciation for one another. In the professional world, your absence can create a similar awareness. Whether it's at work or in a business context, your role might seem routine until you step away. Suddenly, colleagues or team members realize how much you contribute to the workflow, the morale, or the decision-making process. They may notice how your absence affects productivity, the quality of work, or the atmosphere in the office. This can be a powerful tool for self-advocacy or for demonstrating your value within a group. In some cases, the awareness your absence creates might even lead to a deeper respect for your skills, ideas, and contributions. It can be a subtle reminder of how integral you are to the success and dynamics of a team or organization. Beyond just creating awareness of your own role, your absence can also highlight the things that you've taught others. When you're no longer present, people may realize how much they've learned from you. Your absence can act as a teacher in itself, showing others how much they've grown through your influence. This can be a profound experience, especially in mentorship or leadership roles where the value of your guidance becomes more apparent when you're no longer there to provide it. It's in these moments that others may realize how much your presence shaped their growth, their understanding, or their perspective. Your absence can also inspire action. When you step back, others may be motivated to step forward. Whether it's a family member who begins to take on more responsibility, a colleague who rises to the occasion, or a friend who steps up to fill the gap you left, your absence can spark a sense of self-reliance in others. It challenges them to take action and to become more involved in the areas where they might have been passive or complacent. While your absence creates a sense of loss, it also creates an opportunity for others to grow, take initiative, and demonstrate their own strength and resilience. Another layer to the idea of absence creating awareness is that it can help you recognize your own worth. When you step back from something or someone, it gives you the space to see your own value and the impact you've had. You may find that when you remove yourself, your own needs, desires, or boundaries become clearer. Absence allows you to gain perspective on how much you give, how much you sacrifice, and how much of your energy is invested in others. This realization can be eye-opening, helping you understand where you might be overextending yourself or where you might need to reestablish boundaries. It's also an opportunity to recognize your own strength and the power of your presence in the world. Ultimately, the idea that your absence creates awareness highlights the power of contrast and the importance of your presence in the lives of others. While we may often take the people in our lives for granted, their absence forces us to stop and take stock of what's missing. In turn, it provides a valuable opportunity for growth, reflection, and appreciation. Your absence doesn't just create a void, it opens up the possibility for awareness, growth, and change. And in that awareness, both you and those around you can learn to appreciate what was once taken for granted and understand the deeper value of your presence.